Good evening. This is Mustafa again. Today is the 6th of January 2025, and we're going to do our first video class, Practical Turkish for Foreigners. And I would like to start with sentence structures in Turkish, how it goes. In Turkish, on the contrary to English, we use this structure. Typical word order is subject, object, verb, whereas in English it is subject, verb, object. Maybe it's a little bit like German in this case, subject, object, and verb. To provide an example, for instance, we say, for example, we can say, I am Ali. Actually, I'm not Ali, I'm Mustafa, but I am Ali. Okay? Now here we have the subject, pronoun I, personal pronoun, and then the verb to be, and the object, let's say, I mean the name, I am Ali. But in Turkish we say, I, Ali, am. Ben, Ali'yim. Ali'yim. Ben, Ali'yim. This why I am part at the end of Ali, the name Ali, means, corresponds to the verb to be. The first person, singular. Okay? This is, of course, this has to do with the verb to be, which is, of course, one of the most important verbs, both in English and in Turkish. And if we use an action verb, if we want to use an action verb, actually, it goes like this. If we want to say, I go to school, subject, verb, object, I go to school. In Turkish we say, ben okula, meaning school, which is object in this case. Ben okula giderim, which is the verb in this case. So it is like subject, object, and verb again. Ben, okul is school, okula, at the end of okul is means to, the preposition to school. Ben okul a. As you can see, we put the preposition at the end of the word, not before the word, like in English. Ben okula giderim. Giderim means I go. And am at the end of the word, giderim, am, corresponds to or shows that it is first person singular. So we have this, call it an advantage or disadvantage, but we can use both I and am at the end of the sentence, at the end of the verb. They both mean I. So when we don't use I at the beginning of the sentence, so and instead of I go to school, ben giderim, ben okula giderim, we can drop the ben, which is I, and we can simply say okula giderim with am at the end of the verb, meaning this is first person singular. Okay? It's when we, or if we want to conjugate the verb to be, which is OL-MAK in Turkish, OL-MAK, be to be. It goes like this, according to persons. Ben im or im, or im. For example, ben akıllıyım. Akıllı means clever. I will try to put these on the screen as well, so that you can follow. Or ben zengin. Zengin is rich. It means rich. So in reality we are saying I rich am. Ben zenginim. I am rich. Sen meaning you, and of course it goes like this. O meaning he, both for male or female. And then biz meaning we, you, siz, and then onlar meaning they. So sen ... sın. For example, let's use the word, the adjective akıllı meaning clever. Sen akıllısın. So we combine the adjective and the verb to be actually. So we make only a single word out of it. Akıllısın. Akıllısın. Sın at the end of the adjective. Actually it is the verb to be. Ben akıllıyım. Y-I-am. Am meaning am in English, to be. Sen akıllısın. S-I-N corresponding to the verb to be. You are. O meaning he. Akıllı, clever. O akıllıdır. Dır corresponding to is in English. Okay. As you can see, we use the verb to be at the end of these sentences, and we use them. We combine them sort of with the adjective, or we bring them at the end of or to the end of the adjective. So we make a single word out of it. It's very interesting actually, but it's like this. And then biz meaning we, akıllıyız meaning we, clever are. Akıllı, clever. Biz akıllıyız. Yes here corresponds to are again. We are, okay? Again, we clever are. If we would translate it word for word in the right order, as it is used in Turkish. Siz meaning you, the second person plural. Akıllısınız. So when we see this sınız, S-I-N-I-Z, we know it is the second person plural, or it's like in German, you know. In German they have, I don't know if you speak German, but schauen Sie mal, look here. I mean, it's like a sign of respect. So it's not like in English. But in Turkish we have, we can use this word siz for a single person, showing respect. So we can say to a person we are talking to, we can address you, we can call you sen, meaning sen, okay, single person. Or although we're talking about a single person again in this case, just to show respect, to show that we respect this person out of respect, or call it whatever you like, we can use siz, S-I-Z. S-I-Z, siz also is used for plural people, I mean plural persons, like we are talking to two people, and when we address them, we say siz, gelin, for example, you come, meaning two people, I mean more than one people actually, plural people. So it's like in German. But in English you don't use this, you use you only for second person singular and second person plural. It's a little bit different in Turkish in this manner. Anyway, onlar means onlar, they, of course, they. And the verb to be, when we use the verb to be, olmak, the verb olmak, in this case, onlar akıllı, meaning clever, akıllı, clever, onlar akıllıdır. Now this dır, D-I-R, at the end of the sentence means are, they are. Onlar akıllıdır. Or you can also say dırlar, which you will see on the screen. But let's not make it complicated now. I mean, as I said at the beginning of in the presentation talk, let's try to make it as simple as possible. But if we want to, of course, learn this language much better, then of course we need to work much harder, and this depends on each of you personally. Anyway, so this, as you will see on the screen, ben, meaning I, dot 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 something, im, am or are. I am something. I am, or I mean I without the dot, which we pronounce as or I with the dot, which we pronounce as im. Well, which one are we going to use when we make a sentence, when we use it in a sentence in this case? So it's a matter of vowel harmony, consonants as you call it, consonants. So it depends on the consonants, the vowel harmony. Like in the case of akıllı, you can use you can hear the vowel akıllı, So this is we call it thick vowel, thick. Well, actually, in English language, you call it low vowel. In Turkish, we call it thick, kalın, kalın. O, U, these sounds, these vowels. So then we use the I am without the dot. One, Ben akıllı, yım, again. So, they go together well, But if it is like zengin, meaning rich, zengin, E. I mean, the sound comes out as E, not the E in English. I'm only talking about the sound, the Turkish sound. And of course the adjective is, if we want to spell it, it goes Z-E-N-G-I-N, and you will see it on the screen. Zengin. So this is thin vowel, in, E. Then we use ben zengin, not but im. Zengin im, in, im, E. I'm just let's not get confused. I'm not talking about the letter E in English. I'm just talking about the vowel sound that we speak out. Zengin, E. The Turkish sound, the Turkish vowel, in, zengin. Ben, zengin, in, im. Im, I am, is the verb to be. And as you can see, we bring them together. We almost add them, zenginim. We make one word out of them. This is really strange, I think. We mix or we blend sort of the adjective and the verb. We make them one word. But that's the way it goes. Anyway, for example, o, the third person singular, o, akıllı, meaning clever, akıllı, thick as I call it, but it's called low vowel in your language, akıllı, Then, instead of using dir, akıllı, dir, doesn't go well, I use akıllı, dır, ıdır, akıllıdır. Okay? They go well together. So it's harmony, sort of. And, for example, second person plural, siz, ... sınız or siniz. Okay? Second person plural. Let's use akıllı again. Akıllı. I'm sure you're going to learn this word after all this effort. You are clever, yes? Siz akıllısınız. Siz akıllı, again, thick vowel, akıllı, and the verb to be comes akıllı sınız, akıllısınız, akıllısınız. Now, if you notice, and if you take a look at the second person singular again, sen, you, akıllısın, you are clever, sen akıllısın. Second person singular, akıllısın. When it is second person plural, it's almost the same thing. Sen akıllısın, sorry, siz akıllısın, but we bring another, we add another, iz. Siz akıllısınız, making it plural actually, making the verb plural. I know and I sympathize with you, you poor guys. It's a difficult language, but what can I do for you? What can I do? I mean, I'm just spending my best effort to make sure you can understand. Of course, I mean, it takes time, and I don't think French is much easier, really. In French also, those verb conjugations according to person, etc. I mean, they're not very easy either, and there are many verbs that differ, as we know, irregular verbs. So, onlar, they, third person plural, onlar akıllıdır. Dır meaning are, they are. Actually, if we say onlar akıllıdır, lar, L-A-R, if we add another L-A-R, now this is better, so to say more correct. Onlar akıllıdırlar, making it plural, like in the second person plural case. Siz akıllısınız. Okay, but in practice, many people say onlar akıllıdır, but actually the best form, the real accurate form should be onlar akıllıdırlar. It's not important. I'm just sharing with you so that you know. So as you can see, this is a little bit more than a little bit complicated, but what can we do? So vowel harmony is important, consonants, and you can make many examples, or you can do some exercises with using some adjectives, for example. Zengin, akıllı, fakir, poor, meaning poor. And I think I should also share some words so that you can practice, and I will do this most likely. And if you take a look at the screen again, the low vowels, or as I call them, thick vowels are a, o, u. Of course, we do not pronounce them like you do in English, like you would pronounce them in English. Turkish pronunciation is different. A is a. I mean, your A is a. Your I is u. Your O is the same O. Your U is u. So again, a, o, u. And then front vowels, as you would call them in English most likely, which I call thin vowels, let's say. E, I, U. You would pronounce them, you would say them like E, I. I don't think you have this, and you don't have U either. So I repeat, E, I, U. These are front vowels, or I would call them thin vowels, not like A, O, U, etc. So, I mean, as you do more exercises, or as we do more exercises, you'll get most likely used to them much better, and life will be easier, at least, I suppose, I hope. So if we carry on, let's do some other exercises, a few more exercises. For example, ben Mustafa'yım. Ben Mustafa'yım. I cannot say Mustafa'yım. It doesn't sound right, does it? Mustafa'yım. Mustafa'yım. So they go together well, don't they? A-ı. Mustafa'yım. Mustafa'yım. For example, you could say ben Linda'yım. Ben Linda'yım. Or you could say ben Mary, which is E, Mary'yim. E. Now, you see, we need to use E, Mary'yim, not Mary'yum. So it's harmony. They go together well. O bir talebedir. As I said a few minutes ago, I suppose, O means he or she, both. So when we say O, we don't understand if we're talking about a woman or a man, male or female. So O bir talebedir. So we need to ask, is he or she, etc. Is it a he or she? Yes, O bir talebedir. Bir means a in your language. He, a student, is. Again, o bir talebedir. So, to be, the verb to be always changes form, like in English, to be, but I am, you are, he is, etc. Also in Turkish, in this case, o, he, talebedir. It doesn't sound right when we try to say, o bir talebedir. Talebe, be, thin vowel, isn't it? Dir. Then we say talebedir, no. Right after this, I will provide some rules, so to say. So it might help you to work this thing out. O akıllıdır. Here akıllı, it is thick, isn't it? So akıllıdır, we say, not akıllıdır. They don't go well together. Biz zenginiz, we are rich. Zengin is. So this iz is are. We are. Biz zengin is. Biz fakiriz. Fakir means poor. F-A-K-I-R. Fakir. Biz fakir is. Meaning we are poor. We poor are. Fakir is. This iz at the end of this adjective, actually, again, it's one word. It's strange. I know you would find it strange, most likely. But so both the verb and the adjective make one compound word like. It's strange. Fakiris. We don't write them separately like you would in English. Are. Siz sağlıklı, meaning healthy, sağlıklı, sağlıklı. We don't pronounce the G with the tail on top. We just pronounce the vowel before that, sa, not sag. Sağlıklı, sağlık. Sağlık is health. S-A-G with the thing on top. I'm not quite sure if they still use it, this tail on the top. Sağlık, S-A-G-L-I-K. But be careful with those letters I, because if there's a dot on top, it is E. If it is without the dot, then it is Ö. Sağlık. But if it is zengin, Z-E-N-G-I-N, zengin, I with the dot on top, then it is in. Okay, so sağlık means health, sağlıklı, L-I means healthy. So siz Sınız. We're talking to two people. You are healthy. Sağlıklı. Sınız. Sağlıklı. Thick vowel. Sınız. Sınız. Again thick vowel. In the verb to be. Sağlıklısınız. So, just like in English, we need to, of course, memorize I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are. But of course, your structures are much easier, and the rule is much easier. But what can we do? So this is Turkish. Anyway, last, as you can see, when deciding if we should use a thick a suffix with the verb actually to be a suffix with a thick vowel or a thin vowel depends on the last syllable we use in the, for example, adjective before the verb to be. So if it's thick, last syllable, we use a thick the verb to be with a thick sound. Sağlıklıyız, ı. If the last syllable is thin, then we use the verb to be with a thin vowel in the verb. Zenginsin, zenginsin, not zenginsin. Okay. I hope I'm able to explain a little bit. I know it's not very easy. So let's do a few examples, and then I think that will be enough for today, because this is quite difficult on its own. And in our next class, we can start with hopefully the action verbs, and then of course it will be more pleasant. I mean, the more small sentences you start making, of course, the more pleasant the lesson will be, I believe. So let's do a few examples. Bu Ahmet'tir. And this is Ahmet. Ahmet'tir. T-I-R. Again, the verb to be conjugated according to third person singular. Yes, third person singular. He. Of course, we are studying here, right this moment, we are studying only the present simple tense. We couldn't do anything else anyway. I mean, this is a good place to start. Ahmet bir öğrencidir. Öğrenci or talebe is the same thing. Talebe, T-A-L-E-B-E, talebe. I think it might be easier for you to pronounce maybe. So let's use talebe, but we can also use öğrenci. Ahmet bir talebedir. D-I-R. If we say Ahmet bir öğrencidir, Ahmet is a student. It means, of course, Ahmet bir öğrencidir. I again. But is it going to be T or D, etc.? So I will give you some details in a few minutes. Some, well, let's call it rules maybe. It might make life a little bit easier, but it takes time. I mean, takes a lot of practice. Although this is very simple. I mean, this has to do with the verb to be, the very beginning of each language. Yes, Ahmet bir öğrencidir. We have already done it. So consonants, yes. Now this is the rule, maybe we can say. Consonants in Turkish, we know vowels A, U, E, etc. So consonants T, M, N, etc., etc. Consonants in Turkish are in two groups. Okay, we can use them in two groups: soft and hard consonants. Soft and hard. Okay. So after soft consonants, in other words, if the adjective, for example, if the word ends with a soft consonant, okay, for third person singular, personal endings for third person singular are D-I-R, D-I-R, D-U-R-D, meaning dir, or we pronounce them as dir, dur, dur, and dur. Now we will do some exercises. For example, Ahmet bir öğrencidir. Okay? Öğrencidir. Now, of course, we have a vowel at the end of this öğrenci, meaning student. So it's easy. Öğrencidir. I, dir, I. Öğrenci, the sound I, and the suffix, the verb actually, dir. Öğrencidir. Okay? Mary bir Mary zengindir. Mary is rich. Mary zengindir. Now, Linda bir öğretmendir. Linda bir öğretmendir. Öğretmen means teacher, of course. So, Linda is a teacher, we're saying. Bir means a teacher, okay? Linda, a teacher is. Linda bir öğretmen, an. If you can see that the word ends with an, which is a soft consonant, which according to the rule, let's say, that I gave you a few minutes ago, it's on the screen, an. It's a soft consonant. So, Linda bir öğretmen, an soft consonant, not dir, öğretmendir, okay? Then another one, bu Linda'dır. Okay, let me check for a moment. Okay. Bu Linda'dır. Now, the vowel, when we have a vowel at the end of the word, actually it's easier because a and dir, both, well, as I call them, thick vowels. Linda, bu Linda a'dır. Öğretmen, teacher, öğretmendir. In this case, of course, we have the soft consonant, n, etc. I know it sounds quite difficult at the moment, but as you use it, and it doesn't matter if you use it wrong, people will correct it. I mean, I will correct it, of course, here as we study, as we work together. But in time, I think you'll get used to it. It's not as difficult as it looks now, I suppose. O Kanadalıdır. Canada, of course we know, Canada. Kanadalı, li, when we use this, when we bring this suffix at the end of this word, Canada, it means from Canada. Kanadalı, Kanadalı, from Canada. O Kanadalıdır, meaning he is Canadian. Of course, again, we say he from Canada is Kanadalıdır. Again, we bring two words together. Kanadalıdır. We make one word out of them. The part is the verb to be for third person singular. Doesn't matter if male or female, it's the same. And we say he o Kanadalıdır. He Canadian is. Yes, he Canadian is. Kanadalıdır. Dır is the verb to be. Yes, now after sharp consonants, on the other hand, or hard consonants as they call it, sharp consonants, which are ç, like in your chalk or choke, ç, f, like in faith, s like in swim. Pardon, I'm getting confused then. Ç, f, s, t instead of t, k instead of k, or k, doesn't matter. K, K. She, she, not se. She, because the other one was se. Say it, se. But this one is after K, after K. This one is sh, she, she. Then comes ha or he. Is it he, ha, he, I think, he. Then comes pe, pe. So instead of p, we use he, pe, pe, pe. And if we have these letters at the end of the word, and then we have the verb coming, then we prefer to use personal endings will be tir, as you can see here on the screen, tir, tır, depending on the vowel, tır, vowel, tır, or tur and tür. Well, we have many, I know, it's confusing. But when we make some examples, when we do some examples, you might have an idea. For example, bu Ahmet, this Ahmet, bu Ahmet tir. Tir is the verb to be. Now we have T at the end of Ahmet, T, and it is a sharp consonant. So we'll prefer one of these endings, the verb to be actually, tir, tur, tur or tur. Now let's try it, okay? Ahmet tur. It doesn't sound right, does it? I mean, they don't go well really. Ahmet tur or Ahmet tur. Maybe you can, maybe you won't realize the difference, but that they don't go real well, but I do, of course, as a Turk. So, to cut a long story short, we say Ahmet tir. Ahmet tir. Ahmet tir. Okay? O Türktür, meaning he is Turkish. He, Turkish or Turk, is. Actually, as we don't use as we don't use a here, he's a Turk, So this is o Türktür. He is Turkish. He is Turkish. O Türk. He Turkish is. O Türk. The word Türk ends with the letter K, so which is among the sharp consonants, as you can see, K. So what can we use? Dür or tür. Tür. O Türk, tür we use. O Türk, tür. Türk, tür. Türk, tür. Now, again, I mean, I know I have repeated many times, but I cannot help repeating it. It's real strange. I mean, why not O Türk'dür with D, but O Türk'tür with T? I have no explanation, to tell you the truth. Maybe it's easier to pronounce. I mean, it's more fluent. Maybe it comes more fluently. Most likely. O Türk'dür, O Türk'tür. I mean, I cannot say anything really. I mean, they both go well, but maybe tür with T goes better. He is Turkish. Bu bir ordudur. Now, bu means this. Bu bir meaning this army. Bu bir ordu. Ordu means army. Bu bir ordu. Dur is the verb to be at the end again, at the end of the sentence. This an army is. Bu bir ordu. So we have U again, thick vowel, isn't it? Thick vowel. So we cannot say bu bir ordudur, dir, etc. Ordu, dur. We use dur. So in third person singular, with the verb to be, present simple tense, Obviously, we are using "are" at the end of each of them. Looks like dir, tir, dur, dür, always "are." The issue is if we're going to use a thick vowel, u, etc., or a thin one, a thin vowel like ir, dir, etc. But as you do more examples, I think you might have the picture. You might have a better picture in your head. Bu bir ordudur. This an army is. Bu bir ordu. Dur. This an army. Bir ordu. An army is. Ordu dur. And of course you can see all these things on the screen as I say them, which will help you, I'm sure, at least a little bit. This is an army. Okay, so I think this is what we can do, or as much as I can do today for today. It has been quite a long class, I suppose. Tutorial, as my friend Lynn says. A long class. So I should cut this class. I mean, I should stop it here now. And in our next class, we can start with action verbs, which I believe will sound much more logical, I mean, the endings, etc. But the verb to be is, I know, it's quite strange. I mean, it's much, much more complex than in English, even worse than in French. I have no idea about Chinese, etc., or Japanese, but definitely much, much more difficult than in English. Definitely. So maybe 5 or 10 times more difficult. But what can we do? I mean, the more exercises we do, the better you will get. I'm okay anyway, but you will get better. Now, before I close this session, I'm thinking of maybe giving some exercises, and you could just do those exercises and post them as comments in my website or on my website, Business Turkey Today. In fact, I had started an English course some time ago, but I couldn't carry on because there was not enough attention, etc., or maybe I was not that concentrated. But this time I'm determined to carry on with this thing. So I can post some exercises on the group page, Business Turkey Today group page, and you can answer them and post them. Of course, I will lead you the way on the web page comments section on related post, of course, related post page, and then I can see your mistakes and I can correct them. So this would give you an opportunity to do some exercises, to get better. And I think you need to do some exercises. I mean, there's no other way to learn this thing, like with every language. Okay, so enough for today, I suppose. I'm sorry that it's quite a difficult language, quite a difficult beginning, but what can we do? I mean, we used to be everywhere, so like in English, like with English, so we have to do this. Okay, have a good evening and see you in our next video. But as I say, as I have said, if I decide to give you some exercises, which I will do, hopefully, you will find them on the group page, and I will give the instructions as well on the group page, so you can carry out these instructions and answer those exercises on the web page in comment section, etc. And then I'll get back to you. Okay, have a good evening. Thank you very much for listening and watching, etc.